In the previous lessons, we learned that tracking and bucket boundaries can both draw us nearer to Jesus and proactively keep our money lives nicely organized. In the next 5 lessons, we will learn about how we can set up certain barricades that will protect our money lives from harmful parties who want to rule over us. When I first moved into my college dorm, everything was new and exciting. After organizing my stuff in my room, I decided to go outside and explore a little bit. There were many booths with people offering free things. One particular booth was offering free t-shirts with my college logo right on it. Like a fish catching sight of some bait, I was lured to that booth and they handed me my free t-shirt, which I grabbed gratefully. They also handed me a clipboard with some papers to sign. I signed them without realizing what I'd just done. There were 2 things I got from that booth that day, a t-shirt and a credit card. I wore that t-shirt for years. I loved it. However, I got a credit card in the mail a few weeks later, and I was confused. In the same way that I was confused about getting both a credit card and a t-shirt together, credit cards themselves are confusing because they're actually 2 products in one. Just like the fun free t-shirt lured me to the booth only to hook me with a credit card companies will lure you to use their product for one purpose, only to pull a bait and switch and get you to use your credit card for a much more sinister purpose. Credit cards are like owning a pet snake. They have an obvious cool factor, since they're exotic and interesting. However, never for one moment should you let your guard down, since a pet snake can really hurt you. In the same way, a credit card can be really cool to have and add some nice benefits to your life, like cash back and travel miles. However, if you ever let your guard down, they can bite you so hard that your money life will be ruined for decades. So what are the 2 products of a credit card? The obvious helpful product is a medium of exchange. Carrying around cash and coins is just not practical in today's economy, especially with online shopping. We need something that can facilitate a transaction, and credit cards do a great job and even provide rewards while you're using them. I get a few $100s back a year from using my credit card. It's super fun. But do not be lulled into thinking this is a safe product. Hidden in this seemingly safe product is another cunning product, a lender. What this other product does is allow you to buy something with a revolving loan that puts you on a payment plan that includes a whole lot of interest. But charging you a lot of interest isn't why credit cards are cunning. Credit cards are cunning because they take advantage of a flaw in the human brain. The flaw is known as anchoring bias. And the way they take advantage of our flaw is known as the minimum payment. Anchoring bias means that our brains anchor to numbers that they see first. Credit card companies try to make sure that the number we see first is the minimum payment. It's a very small, lovely looking number. Once we anchor to the small minimum payment, let's say $15 a month, it's too shocking for our brains to then adjust to the larger full balance, like $2,000. So we naturally avoid thinking about our full balance. This is why only 1/4 to 1/3 of people actually pay off their full balance. A credit card is the worst possible lender with exorbitant fees if you miss a payment and exorbitant interest rates if you do not pay them back in full. Being fearful of the dangers of credit cards will act as a barricade that helps to protect your money life from the incredible damage that a credit card can unleash on you when you use them to actually borrow money. Only use a credit card as a medium of exchange and never as a lender. With credit cards, it's helpful to make a common sense rule. If you ever get charged any interest charges or fees more than twice in a year, then you should cut them up and only use a debit card, which does not allow you to borrow money. Debit cards are a good alternative since they act as a medium of exchange for you without the opportunity to borrow money. Because credit cards ensnare you into backbreaking debt, never use credit cards as a lending vehicle. This is a crucial step for being able to consistently express our Jesus-given generosity. Falling into the trap of credit card debt redirects the money God has given us to a cruel master whose only interest is to keep us enslaved in credit card debt as long as possible. So please test yourselves this day to see if you're using credit cards responsibly.